Hello everybody, welcome to my Flosstube. My name is Amy. I go by Fiber Arts Amy here and on Instagram. That's Freya. She just got settled. Giving me side eye. I just got home. I was taking my daughter to her flute lesson, and so Freya was a little grumpy and anxious for me to settle so she could nap nearby. Okay, so we are going to do something a little bit different today. First, let me take care of some business. On my last Flosstube, I offered up this kit. It's part of the Romance Cross Stitch collection called Horse and Flowers as a giveaway. Mama Bear Stitchery. Is that right? I think it's Mama Bear Stitchery. Won the kit. I just commented on your comment on my last Flosstube video, and if you can send me your snail mail address at fiberartsamy@gmail.com, I will get this in the mail to you. So congratulations, yay, and thank you to everybody who played. That was really fun. Sorry I blinked for a minute. I literally just did the whole random number generator, which was actually asking my son to pick a number between 1 and 40, but still it works. I just did it and still was like, wait, Mama Bear Stitchery, is that right? Pretty sure that's right. It's not like Mama Bear X Stitchery or something. Anyway, I commented on your comment, so you should know that it's you. I'm really excited about this, and hopefully somebody else will then be stitching along with me with this kit. I was happy to see there was so much interest in this kit too. I think it's beautiful. Anyway, business out of the way. So here's what we're gonna do today. Because I really want to film a video, but also I've been mostly just stitching the secret cross stitch pattern for the 2024 Queen City Stitch Retreat with the special guest Autumn Lane Stitchery. The more I stitch this thing, the more excited I am for it and for the retreat. I'm hoping to get it done in the next few days and get it framed. School starts for my kids next week. I'm really anxious to delve way more into my Teresa Wentzler stitching. Get back to that, because what usually happens, I basically haven't touched my Teresa Wentzlers all summer. And chatelaine and mirabilia. I'm really excited about mirabilia. So I don't have a lot of stitching. I don't really have any stitching to show you today, because since my last video, well, I have a little bit of stitching. Okay, I lied. I have a tiny bit of stitching, but I can't really show you what I've been working on because I've basically just been monogamously, who am I, stitching the retreat pattern. Partly because it's on a deadline, so I want to make sure it's done and framed and plenty of time and all that. So, and I don't want to be down to the wire, and I want to take it to my fancy framer and not a big box store framer. Judge me if you want for being a snob, but that's who I am. So here's what I've got. Basically, today's going to kind of be a shopping episode. I do have some fully finished objects to show you. Some that I stitched, I have my Emerald Mermaid to show you back from the framer. I have purchased a Teresa Wentzler online since I saw you all last. I'm going to show you that. I'm going to show you a lot of stuff I've bought, basically. This is not all stuff that I've bought in the last month or however long since I filmed this. These are some things that I've bought, I don't know, over the last, some of it very recently, some of it over the last 6 months, maybe more. But things that I'm happy with and happy about, and I just want to share. None of this is sponsored. Okay, there's no free stuff here. This is stuff I've actually bought and I'm happy about, and I just kind of want to talk about and share. And it's going to be a mix of craftiness. I don't really have quilting stuff here so much. I've got, I actually have a quilting video that's like in progress. I have several videos that are in progress, to be honest with you. I've got a quilting video that's in progress. It's filming it in parts. I've been doing a ton of cleaning. Have I talked about this before? See, I don't even know, because I have some videos that I'm like filming in sections. And so I know I've talked about it, but I don't know if I've talked about it in a video I've published. In order to make room for Oak Crown Studios, I am having to do a huge, massive clean out and reorganization of my house. So I'm filming some of that this summer, and I will continue to be doing so this fall. I also thought I really want to start, it's not called Love Letters. Not the most recent mirror that came out 2 days ago. I should say today is August 17th, 2024. The one before that's like the really pink dress. Anyway, I thought maybe you guys could help me pick a fabric for that. I've got my bin of 28 count linen fabric here. So I'm going to show you some things that I bought. We're going to pick some fabric if you guys don't mind helping with that. I'm going to show you things I bought. Some of it's cross stitch related, like project bags, stitching stands. Some of it's, so late summer, early fall is when my like knitting bug tends to like jump through the roof. So I'm going to talk about knitting and show some like knitting and fibery related things that, that I've stitched. I'm not real, like, if y'all don't like that, you don't have to watch. And I know a lot of you out there are multi-craftual, just like I am, right? I know there's weavers, spinners, knitters, quilters, like all kinds of people out there. And I get a lot of comments from you guys that you like just hanging out with me, which is like amazing. It blows my mind. So anyway, if you don't want to watch, you don't have to watch, but I'm going to include like some new patterns, some new yarns I've gotten, some new fiber arts tools I've gotten that I'm really excited about. This isn't everything I've bought in like the last 6 months, but it's just some, I don't know, highlights I wanted to share with you guys. And then I think I'm going to share everything, and then towards the end, see if we can figure out a fabric for my new start, because I'm itching to start that mirabilia. I'll have to search for it and see which one. You know, it's like Letters of Love. I can't believe I'm like blanking on a mirabilia name. Okay, I'm gonna get into it. First thing I'm gonna share with you guys, which I'm kind of anxious to get this back on the wall because I'm not sure how delicate this frame is. It makes me nervous, and I don't want anything bad to happen to it. Sorry about the ring light. So this is with a ring light right in the middle of it. This is Mirabilia's Emerald Mermaid that I just finished. So also, well, that doesn't matter. So you can kind of see with a ring light on it, you can see like the fabric background behind the cross stitch fabric kind of popping through a little more. You don't see that in real life. Just FYI, you can already see my fingerprints on there. So my Emerald Mermaid, fully framed. I love this frame. It looks, you know, like something brought up from a shipwreck. Oh, I just think it's beautiful. And I love my Emerald Mermaid. Nora knocked it out of the ballpark. I actually kind of can't believe I actually finished this one. And I did it in kind of like record time for me. I love the seaweed and the flowers. This was such a fun stitch. I'm glad I did it on the navy, which was just kind of like a odd choice, but I love how it turned out. I'm very happy with it. And I added it, I stare at it. It's on the wall right in front of me. And the more I look at it, the happier I am with it. So there's my, oops, sorry, I just moved you. There's my fully finished object. I'm going to show you one other framed thing that I did not stitch. I just got this off of eBay. Teresa Wensler. This one's called Stroke of Midnight, and it's beautiful. I am thrilled. This has always been one of my favorite Teresa Wenslers. I love the dress. I love all the like embroidery detail on the dress. All those grays that it's all confetti, but it ends up looking so beautiful. I just, everything about this, its composition is beyond stunning to me. So the frame is beat up a little bit. Not bad, but it's probably easier to see in person. But like there's some places where there's some nicks and things. I'm considering maybe taking it out of the frame and painting it or something. So we're going to talk about framing for a minute. This was framed at Hobby Lobby. I know that because it's got a Hobby Lobby sticker on it. It is entirely possible to get good quality framing at a big box store. It is also entirely possible to get really bad framing at a big box store. And that's why I don't do it, because it can be, sorry, I'm just like trying to adjust so the ring light is not it. I don't want to get bad framing. And, well, so there's several reasons I don't get frames usually at a big box store. One, there's just such an enormous, a much bigger, Amy words. There are so many more options at least my local framers, and such a variety. It just, the frames themselves are very inspiring, and I love that. And when I go to Michael's, which is my local store, and I don't shop at Hobby Lobby, so I wouldn't go there anyway. When I go to Michael's, I'm always just like, ugh. Like there's just so little to choose from, and I find it very uninspiring. Whereas when I go to my local framer, I find that very inspiring. And if I'm going to work that hard on a cross stitch piece, then I also want to like carry that through all the way to the finish and the framing. Anyway, so there's not a lot of options typically at a big box store. This is a big box store framing job, but I say it's not great. Now, I'm guessing this is regular glass, although I don't know that. It's certainly not non-glare glass. Which is fine, because that, I mean, that's, I get the museum glass, but that's just a personal choice, right? That doesn't, I'm not criticizing this person for getting regular glass, because you do what you do, and that's fine. However, can you hear this? Can you guys hear that? I wonder if it's coming through. This is so loose in here. It's absurd. And this is not like, this did not loosen up over time. Like this is not fitted in here properly. Like the glass and everything. And I haven't even taken it apart. I'm going to tear the back and see. Could be, I'm not going to take it all the way apart. They use tape. Oh no, they use paper tape. I can tell. They used regular masking. I'm going to have to take this apart. They used regular masking tape. Oh, that's fucking, oh, sorry. That's stinking tragic. They used regular masking tape. I can see it. I can see the yellowing of the tape and the residue that it's left on the fabric as well as on the backing board. They use masking tape. It's a wide masking tape, but it's a masking tape to tape this to the back of the mounting board. Also, I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see it. I can see it in a couple places. So there's like loose threads in here. Where's the other one I just saw? Oh, there's one here. There's a black thread here. There's a black thread there. And there's another one I saw the other day. When it showed up, I was looking at it. I didn't remember where. There's one in her dress somewhere. There's loose threads in there. Like you're not supposed to have loose threads. Not cool. Not cool at all. I'm probably take this out and wash it. For right now, it's hanging on the wall because it's not like an urgent problem. Yeah, I'll probably take this out and wash it the best I can. I'll probably remount it myself. I'll probably lace it. And I think I have it in my head to like paint this purple to like match the dress. I don't know. I know that wouldn't be everybody's taste, but what do you guys think? I think I might really love that. And then I might go get, a new matte cut. Or maybe even use the same. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know that they're acid-free mats, because there's mats that are acid-free and mats that aren't acid-free. But I want to get those threads out of there. But anyway, none of that's urgent. I'm thrilled to have this. It is beautiful. It's beautifully stitched. I think it was probably stitched on 18 count. I haven't measured it. It might even be 20 count, but I'm going to guess 18 count. Which is no joke to do Teresa Wentzler on 18 count, because with all those blends, it just gets so thick. Anyway, I'm very happy. This was a bit more than I usually spend on a rescue. Sorry, my husband was texting me. I was looking to see if he needed something. It's a bit more than I usually spend on a rescue, but I felt like it was worth it for Teresa Wentzler fully stitched like this. And it's fully framed, and I think I'm going to mostly be able to reuse the materials. I am sorry. I don't mean to be like super down on like big box store framing. Oops, sorry to move you again. People do have really great experiences. There's just also so many bad experiences, and I don't want anyone using non-archival materials on my stitching. Anyway, sorry, off my soapbox. I'll try to stay off my soapbox now. Okay, so those are the two framed pieces that I have. I'm like sitting on. I'm like covered and stuff. Those are the two framed pieces that I have. Okay. I also have procured some more project bags, which I don't need. I mean, like, I don't. I will always fill them up with projects, but if you've ever watched me before, you know I don't really need more projects. Oh my God, so much stuff. Okay, anyway, Whip It Up project bags. I love her project bags. She sells on Etsy. I will try to link all of these things below, although the links don't usually go up until after the video goes up. So if you watch this video like right after it's loaded, it might take a little bit longer for the links to show up. So you might just need to come back later if they're not there originally. Anyway, Whip It Up project bags. I love her project bags. This one will fit an 11 by 17 Q snap, and I thought was beautiful. My daughter, I have to say, also thought it was beautiful. She saw this one and was like, what is this lovely thing? She was so cute. I love her bags. They're made very, very well. I don't think she makes a ton of bags anymore. Right? I shouldn't say that. I don't know that that's true. I don't see them as often as I feel like I used to. But that might just be me missing them too. This is my favorite one. And then this one, okay, something about, it's obviously, well, so I'm starting to feel like the fall vibes. We've actually had some days where it didn't get above 80 here. I'm in Pittsburgh, for those of you who don't know. So it's like a little bit cooler. It's actually getting stormy outside right now. I really hope it rains and we have a good storm. I love storms. Anyway, I'm starting to like dream the fall dreams, have the fall vibes. And something about not only the pumpkins, but the pies. Man, the pies just did it for me. Oh, it makes me happy. Mushrooms. Kelly, I'm talking to you. Pages and Stitches. Mushrooms. Love it. So I got that one. So another favorite bag maker of mine is Kathy's Posies, also on Etsy. I'll try to link her below as well. I love her bags. Each one is different. She does a lot of like vintage embroidery she incorporates into it. This is like I don't know, it's like a panel of a cross stitch pattern. Like I said, every single one is different. And they're very like often to me, they get lots of like kind of 1930s vibes, much more like cutesy or kitschy kind of vibes, kind of romantic, kind of vintage. I love her bags too. Also very well made. And I have to say, very inexpensive. Kathy, I'm assuming your name is Kathy since your store is Kathy's Posies. You should charge more for your bags. They're really nice. And then I also picked up this one, which is just a small, you can put notions or something. And I actually think I might use, I just love her fabric choices. Might throw this in one of my EPP, English paper piecing bags. I don't have just one style, right? Like there's lots of different styles I like, but one style that I really enjoy is this very like soft, romantic, vintagey kind of feel that Kathy just like hits perfectly for me. I really enjoy that. Okay, project bags. Here's another thing that I got. This is a very weird video for me, I hope. And I totally get that a lot of people may not want to watch it because some people don't want to be enabled, right? And I totally get that too. So I got one of those Patoki. This is like their mini one. I'm not sure I remember what it's called. Like what they actually call it. I'll try to link this down below. This has a piece of felt in it, which I'm assuming you can like take out. So this is a stand, stitching stand, and I'm excited to try it. Am I doing this the right way? I don't know if I'm tightening it or loosening it. Loosen, loosen, loosen. So I'm excited to try this. I will take it to the Queen City Stitch Retreat in October. I'm also going to try it like in my bed as a lap stand. I do a lot of stitching in my bed, and I'm going to see how it goes. I don't know, but it's beautiful. It's beautifully made. I waited months for it. Does that swivel too? Ah, it does. Anyway, I'm going to give it a try. I'm excited. I'm not sure I fully understand it. So you unscrew that. I did this before. I unscrewed it too much. But it collapses down. It comes in, or came in, this really nice felt bag. I don't know what all of this is for, to be honest with you. There's like a lot of really lovely wool felt here, but I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do with all of it. If anyone knows, tell me. But very well made, and I haven't used it yet, but I plan to. I've actually been like carrying it around. I don't know where to put things. All right. Another new toy, and this is fiber arts related. I have never had, so this is a ball winder for, or a cake winder for knitting. I have never had one of these. This is one of those fiber arts tools. Now I have some Swifts that I really like. This is one of those fiber arts tools that so many knitters have, and I've just been like, like I enjoy winding yarn. It is time consuming, but I was like, it's fine. I don't need it. Well, I broke down and got one, and I used it for the first time last night. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you use it to make one of these, a big yarn cake. Now this is huge. This is like a bulky yarn. This is Cascade Eco Plus, I think. The cake gets made on this part here. It's so easy. I just put the hank of yarn on my Swift, run it through here, put it through this notch, and I do this. I caked up like a dozen skeins of yarn last night, and it's so much fun doing it. It was ridiculously enjoyable to just sit and watch a show and cake up some yarn. I'm thrilled with this. This comes from Fiber Artist Supply Co. I will link them below. They're also the company that makes my Swift, if I remember correctly. I have a very inexpensive but very wonderful Swift for hanking up yarn that I've been using for a while. I've been using it actually also to skein up my floss that I've been dyeing that still is not on my website, but we're making progress with that. My daughter's been helping me actually photograph the floss this week. for the website. Anyway, if you have not bit the bullet, because like me, you're like, I don't really need one, they're so fun. I found the cost very reasonable. This is like solid wood. It's seems durable, easy to use, not likely to break, no plastic parts to, I mean, the knot's plastic, but you know what I mean? This, I don't think it's going to crack or break or anything. I'm very happy with this purchase. I'm going to take the drive band off though, so it doesn't get, again, words, stretched out. Stretched out was the word I was looking for there. I'm trying really hard not to knock into the camera setup again. Okay, so while I don't even know where to go next. I have so much stuff here. Okay, we're going to talk about knitting. There is more stitching stuff here too. I'm sorry, this isn't like maybe as organized as y'all might like it. So I've bought some yarn. I haven't bought yarn in a long time. At least not yarn that I'm not dyeing myself. My knitting bug has really been raging recently. I'm a slow knitter, but I don't want to show this whole. All right, trying to figure out how to. So this picture is kind of funny because they're showing you both what it would look like long sleeved and short sleeved. But so I love trying new yarns and like really nice yarns. I don't have a great yarn shop near me either. We are in a desert here on the east side of Pittsburgh. It stinks. Shopping desert. Anyway, so this sweater, which is, I didn't print the front page because it would waste a ton of ink. So let me find the name of it. Hopefully. It's by Isabel Kramer, Sabella, S-A-B-E-L-A. Sweater, you can do it short sleeved or long sleeved. I bought the yarn for this sweater from, okay, I believe I bought it from A Verb for Keeping Warm. Is that who I bought it from? I can't promise that's true, but I've bought some things from A Verb for Keeping Warm this summer, so we're going to go with that. And actually, this is the yarn that I bought when I was in the ER. I seem to make a habit of buying things when I'm having, like, medical situations. Some of you know that about me. So I get this thing where, total aside, this started in 2020. Our best guess is that it's like some sort of muscle spasm or something. It happens in my torso, but in different places. And it's intense and severe pain. Anyway, I was in the ER for it earlier this summer. It was like a bad situation. I mean, I'm fine. Like, it passes. And they gave me muscle relax. It takes days to go away. But they gave me muscle relaxants. It really helped. Anyway, while I was there, I ordered this yarn. Anyway, it's a striped sweater, and I'm very excited. So this is Candide. It's merino and cotton. I don't have my glasses on, so like I can't read. I'm like doing that old person thing where I have to hold it away. I'm very excited. So it's kind of blowing it out a little bit, but it's just like a nice creamy white and like a soft, like mossy green. I'm really excited about this. I want to cast on for this like tomorrow. That's going to be awesome. Okay, so that's one knitting thing I'm working on. So another thing that I did this, and actually just in the last couple months, I got turned on to the Fiber Tales podcast. So, and I'll link her below. So she's got a YouTube channel that I thoroughly enjoy. I'm trying to organize my papers here. So much going on. So Fiber Tales podcast. She is a knitwear designer. She's Danish, I believe, if I remember correctly. And I am really enjoying the look of her patterns, and I'm really enjoying her podcast because her knitting podcast, well, for one thing, I really enjoy it's a little more like Flosstube-ish than some might be. So it's not like it's not tutorial based. Like she just sits down and like talks about what she's knitting and like what she's designing, and I really enjoy getting some insight into how designers do things and why they do things the way they do them, and really getting to hear how patterns come to be. Same thing with like quilters. I like hearing like why quilters made color choices, or quilt design, like fabric designers made the color choices they did or whatnot. I like hearing the reasoning behind things. And she doesn't have a ton of patterns, although it's more than I've ever designed, that's for sure. And they're beautiful pieces. And she's on Ravelry. You can download everything as PDF on Ravelry. She's also got an Etsy shop. I've been catching up on her podcast the last couple of months and really enjoying it. And I've bought several of her patterns now. I haven't finished any of them yet. I actually just started the first one last night. But the more I watch her and like I hear her talk about her patterns, the more I'm like, oh, well, I need that one now and I need that one now. Anyway, and I love her yarn choices. I do, just like in cross stitching, just like in everything, I prefer natural fibers. I prefer linen, cotton. I tend not to stitch on Lugana much at all because it's got the synthetic in there. I'm the same way with my knitting. I try to stick to natural materials. I really love the tactile nature of what I'm doing, and I like feeling those natural fibers in my fingers, and I don't like feeling synthetics. Anyway, I've bought a few of her patterns now, and so these are her, oh my goodness, what is it called? Again, I didn't print the first page. They're socks of some sort, but they're meant to be like house socks. They're not like wearing your shoe socks. And I started knitting some last night. Lumi socks, L-U-M-I. Again, I'll try to remember to link this. I just want to show you the picture. These are adorable. I love them. And I've been cleaning out, so I'm a little more familiar with what my stash is like right now. I had some Cascade Eco Plus yarn, which I think is turning out to be perfect for this, and I cast them on last night. I'm making excuse me, I'm making this pair for my husband. So this is apparently called a Latvian braid. So my sweet spot with a knitting pattern is a knitting pattern where I learn something new, but it's not all a struggle. And I think this is hitting that sweet spot. Plus they're like, my husband loves knitted socks, but man, they take so long to knit. These are like bulky, weight, like wear around the house. So I feel like I can get this for him. And I think I want to make them for the whole family. They're awesome. So anyway, I had 2 colors of this Cascade. Also, my husband really loves like natural colors, so it was like perfect for him. But I love this Latvian braid that I got through last night, and I started knitting down the leg. And I mean, this was maybe like an hour of work last night. So this is hopefully going to be a quick and easy project for him. And I'm really excited about it. I think it's going to be beautiful. And then I'm going to make a pair for me. Okay, so that's something that I'm knitting. I just want to show you too, because so she also has, just so you know what I'm kind of obsessed with, the Baka scarf, but she pronounces it properly because she's Danish and I'm not Danish. It's B-A-K-K-E-R. This is something that's on my list to knit. It's not like the best picture, but it's a really long kind of scarf / shawl, and she shows it in one of her YouTube videos. And you can like wrap it around your head, and in the winter, and like it still hangs down. In the winter, I do a lot of walking year round, but I'll go out even when it's like usually by single digits. I'm not gonna go out so much, but until it's single digits, I go out a lot I'm glad to hear that, Logie Bear. Sorry, my son hasn't been feeling well, so he's just giving me an update. He's feeling a little bit better. Anyway, I really am always on the lookout for kind of a better shaped shawl type thing that I can kind of like wrap around and stay warm in, because I do go out walking in like very cold weather. I love the look of this. So I'm going to make this. I actually might buy some yarn for it. We'll see. And then I also love stitching with mohair silk blend yarns. For those of you, I'll show you one in a minute, but for those of you who are knitters, you might be familiar with that kind of kid silk haze type yarns. She's got another sweater that I love the silhouette of, and I love the detailing on, that I also bought this pattern. And I have tons of this kind of yarn in my stash. I've dyed a lot of yarn like this that hopefully I'll cast on for here soon. This one is called, let me find it. She's got it on the last page, I think. So you can hear my son flushing the toilet. The Moral Sweater, M-O-R-E-L. Anyway, I'm like newly obsessed with, I don't know how to pronounce her name. I'm newly obsessed with fiber tails. This is going to be like my winter of like fiber tails knitting, I think. I'll link her below. So another knitting podcast video. I tend not to love most of the, I don't dislike the knitting videos I find on YouTube, but I'm also not really into them most of the time. Kind of like, just not, I don't know. I just don't get into them. But I love Andrea Renee Knits, and I'll link hers below. Andrea Mowry, her YouTube channel. She puts out a video every Friday morning. I almost always have it on at some point. I love a lot of her designs. And I don't know if I have a picture in here because I don't print out the whole thing. But I caked up some yarn last night to knit the broom sweater. So we're going to see, let me find a good picture. We'll see, there you go. That's what it looks like knitted up. So I have yarn, I'm going to do it with 2 yarns held together. So I dyed this specifically for this sweater. So this is kind of like one of those kid silk haze type yarns. Holding 2 together might turn out to be too thick, so I might end up doing it in just one of these colors instead of held together, but I'm going to swatch with them held together first because I think that might look really, really nice. Anyway, these I dyed myself. I've got a whole bunch of it here. I've got plenty of it. Anyway, so this is another thing that's going to be on my needles, hopefully this winter. And in case you've never met me before, these things might stay on my needles for the next decade. Because that's how I am. I finish things, but sometimes it takes a long time. Those socks hopefully will get done fast. So anyway, this is something I'm really excited about. I don't want to lose track of things. I'm like, there's stuff everywhere. Okay, storage. I've been really into storage this summer. I've been trying to actually get a lot of my knitting stuff, the storage worked out for that, a lot of my fiber stuff, because I have like needles everywhere. A lot of the cases that knit like interchangeable sets come in, I don't like. And so I've been working that out. Now I've been trying a lot of different cases, and I did not bring them all down here to show you. I just brought a few of them that I am really loving. So there is a new to me company called Thread and Maple. I love these cases, and I love these cases for more than just knitting. So this case sits on my table right over here, and it's got like, it's kind of like my emergency supply kit. It's got a little bit of everything in it. It's got scissors. I've also got a measuring tape. I've got a needle case with quilting and cross stitch needles in it. I've got stitch markers in here. I've got a thimble in here. I've got like, you can put needles and a whole bunch. I have room for more stuff. I bought several of these cases this summer. So the way the thread and maple like system works is that you can make a binder. So you buy, it's all made of leather. I want to say they're made in Ukraine too. Am I wrong about that? I feel like I was feeling really good about my purchase because they're made in Ukraine. They sell lots of, these are like pages that go in the binder, and they come in lots of different styles, including different styles to fit different sets of interchangeable needles. I didn't really want the whole binder situation. I really wanted some of these individual pages. When they're folded up like this, they're like the perfect size. I have one that goes in that I keep in my purse. It has like everything I might need for emergency crafting. I know some of y'all know what I'm talking about, right? So like scissors, needles, like thimbles, all the things I might need in my purse. So, and I have some of these in project bags. I have some that do have knitting needles in them for knitting projects. So the idea is that you can buy the pages you want, because they come in all kinds of different styles, and I will link them below, and put them in the binder, which sounds great. I don't want to do that. I love these smaller pages that you can also fold, and I can make my own little like knitting toolkit and cross stitch and quilting and all the thing toolkit, and keep everything like together. And then if I'm sitting here and I'm like, where's my thimble? Where's my needle? Oh, I don't have this thing that I want. I know I can grab this and it'll have what I need. All right, I can put that one back. So I also, and I got a couple of these. I have some of these bigger. This is also thread and maple. And the leather comes in lots of different colors. I have a couple of these also that go in my weaving bags. So I have a couple of rigid heddle looms. If that means nothing to you, don't worry about it. There's all these little like doodads and like accoutrement that you need to like go with, you like to thread your heddles and all these things, measuring tape and all that stuff. And I got a couple of these to organize those things to keep in. I have like those huge, those LL Bean boat and tote bags. My rigid heddle looms, some of them once they're folded, but they fit in those LL Bean boat and tote bags. And I had a lot of tools kind of clanging about in some pouches and things. I found that these are perfect for organizing that kind of stuff. So this is bigger. I have it upside down, sorry. This is bigger and there's room for more stuff. You can put knitting needles in here. But same kind of idea. And I've been traveling with this, which is why I have the cable needle in there, because I've been doing some cabling this summer. I've got a cable blanket that, it's like a small blanket, but it's got this beautiful cable panel on it that I'm almost done with. I'd show you, but it's actually at the cabin. I work on it at our cabin. So, another thing that I like about these is that you can buy them with, they have these like tool sets to go with them. So this one you can buy if you want the measuring tape that goes in, and scissors. They come with the darning needles. I've got different kinds of like cross stitch and applique and quilting needles in here. Again, it's just like a really fun and really useful like organization and way to kind of keep everything. There's room in this back zipper pocket to put like a folded up pattern if you want to. I actually have some floss in there right now for something I'm working on. I got some Saju floss. catching on something, trying to put it back in. But, because I've been doing some embroidery this summer. So, anyway, Thread and Maple, I'm a huge fan. Again, not sponsored, although Thread and Maple, if you want to send me free stuff, do it, because I really like your stuff. It's not cheap, but it's really beautiful and really well made. And, yeah, I love it. I love it. I wish I could get one of everything in every color. Something else that I just got recently, and I have to admit was a little bit of a impulse buy. I do have several. So this is made by Delaque, and it's like a knitting, like a binder to keep like your knitting needles and whatnots in. And I really like, I don't know what this collection is called. I do have several Delaque bags and things that I like, but this is, I'm assuming, a faux leather, and it's like a canvas. I love this sagey green color. I also have, they have a train case that I use for English paper piecing that I really love in this color. I want to see, and I've only had this, I just bought this recently. I want to see if I can sort of adapt this the same way I did the Thread and Maple, although this is much bigger, to have like a little bit of everything in it for like all my crafting needs. And I have been kind of traveling and doing several things with it this summer. It also came with needles and darning needles and measuring tape and scissors. Although the scissors are in there like at, I don't know, they're kind of awkward the way they go in there. Knitting needles. I put in the knitting needles. That's the size that I need to making these, the like house socks. And so then it's got different pages for things, which you can see I haven't filled up yet. I actually kind of wish it had, and I might need to see if you can buy them separately. As far as I know, you can't, but I could be wrong about that. I actually would love more of these to go in here. It's just, and I put the stitch markers in. It's just like a mesh bag, but that I think would be a little bit more handy for me. But what I'd like to be able to do is to put like the tools and things for the projects I'm actively working on, or most actively working on, in here. So anyway, we'll see how that goes, but it's very well made. I like that it has a notebook. It came with a pen. And I bought this at a local yarn shop. It's like 45 minutes for me. The town, it's in Swickley. It's called, I don't remember what it's called. It used to be Swickley Yarns, and then it changed owners. Yarns by Design, maybe? I'll try to link them below. I think I've linked them before. But I will try to do it again. Anyway, this was kind of an impulse buy when I was there. But so far I'm enjoying it. I'm kind of interested to see how I can adapt it and make it work for me. I love tools. I have a million projects. I love having like a whole bunch of project bags like set up for different things. Can you hear my children talking about video games? Liam, I'm filming. He died in his video game. Ooh, don't look at this. This is my secret stitch. I can't show you. I can't believe I'm not even showing you stitching, and I've been talking for 50 minutes. So I needed to buy, oh my God. The other day, I needed to buy this, PB01, Petite Treasure Braid, because it's in, the secret stitch, which it shouldn't be a secret because we're gonna put out the supply list, but it's in the Autumn Lane pattern. So I needed to buy this, and then all of this traveled with it. Petite Treasure Braid, I'm sorry, the colors are just beautiful. So it was on the Petite Treasure Braid page, and oh my God, look at this one. I'm sorry, but that is just, which one is this? 204? PB204. That's amazing. So anyway, I was on the Petite Treasure Braid page on 123 Stitch, and this one, like, look at that. Look at how beautiful that is. Anyway, I basically went a little overboard with metallic threads. I'm going to incorporate them somewhere into something. They're just too good. So I got those. And then also, because, right, Krynic has been sold, and I'm a little I know not everybody is. I'm a little nervous about what's going to happen to Krynic and whether we're going to be able to get it. And I like Petite Treasure Braid, but I also like Krynic. Anyway, can you tell I like purples and blues and cool tones? Some Krynic fell into my cart too. Everything's probably going to be fine, but just in case it's not, I bought some Krynic. This is 9295. It's so beautiful. And I'm at the point in my stitching journey where I'm perfectly happy and comfortable just adding some sparkle to some wings, right? Like, just... Part of the reason I'm doing this is so I can put some of this stuff away. Because, like, there was definitely, like, there's stuff built up that I need to put away. And I did, like, but I also was starting to look at things and being like, oh, but I kind of want to film a video about it. So let's film a video. And then I won't have an excuse not to put it away. Okay. I also got the Hanging Gardens of the Summerabis. This is a chatelaine kit. Let me see if I can look it up for you really quickly. I don't even know when I ordered this. It wasn't that long ago. I feel like chatelaines wait time, European cross stitches wait time for getting kits is definitely going down. Pardon me while I Google. Well, that's a scammer. Oh, come on now. I want to find the actual page, if I can, on Chatelane's website. Well, here's it stitched on black. I love this, and I have the chart, the PDF that I bought from Chatelaine, and I got the kit. This might get started next week. We'll see. Anyway, that's a thing that I bought. This just came a couple days ago and was part of the impetus to me filming this. Okay, another thing that I did, and I'm really excited about. Okay, so if you know me, and I'm almost to the point where I'm going to ask your help picking a fabric. Oh no, there's more here. If you know me, you know that I love, like, learning all about a thing, right? Like, I'm not just going to knit. I also know how to spin my own yarn, and I also love processing fiber straight off the sheep, and, like, I love trying new things. I love learning how something works, like, start to finish. My dream is to, like, spin my own thread, to weave my own cloth, to cross stitch my own piece, right? Like, I like doing all the things. So when I was watching Andrea Mowry's, she's a knitwear designer, her YouTube channel a couple of weeks ago, she mentioned a fiber club from Long Way Homestead, which sounds right up my alley. I might have just heard thunder. I'm very excited about this, and I signed up right away. In the last 4 or 5 months, some of my, like, block of the month kind of things have ended, and I have another one, kind of my last one that was hanging on was ending. I think I have 1 month left, and then it ends. So I joined Long Way Homesteads, and I'll link them below, their Breed of the Month program. So what they do, and they're a farm in Canada, what they do is they send you a different breed of spinning fiber, and this is obviously like vacuum packed down. This is 4 ounces. This particular month is Targi, and they send you a bunch of information about the breed with it. But they send you 4 ounces of spinning fiber of a different breed each month, and that is like tailor-made for me. That is exactly like what I need. This is going to be tons of fun. So I'm really excited to spin up some different breeds of fiber and get like more familiar. I have different breeds and I've spun different breeds, but I feel like this is a more focused way of doing that. And I tend to always buy a sweater quantity of fiber. I don't know why. I knit plenty of hats and shawls and things, but I tend to buy a sweater quantity and then it takes me forever to spin it. This is kind of enforced 4 ounces, which is plenty for a hat or something. But I think I'm going to really enjoy this. So that's something I'm excited about. Okay. Something else I did. Who else out there knows who Bernadette Banner is? I'll link her channel below as well. So Bernadette Banner is actually one of the first YouTube channels I kind of subscribed to and like really got into. She does... she makes period clothing using period techniques. And she has lots of really interesting videos, but particularly if you're interested in period clothing or like period sewing techniques, hand sewing, she's got some great videos. So she did this thing with Hand and Lock. Some of you probably know Hand and Lock from these cases. So they make a lot of things. They do a lot of embroidery for the like royal family and stuff. This one is actually part of my travel bag and I keep this. I was just using this. Another thing I bought here in the last 6 months was this other one. So they make bigger cases and I do have some of the bigger cases. I actually like these smaller cases better. It's usually Liberty of London fabric that's inside. I haven't set this one up yet. I find this size and shape more useful for what I do, and for cross stitch and hand quilting and stuff. It's just the perfect little pouch to kind of keep everything organized. Sorry if you can hear the honking outside. So anyway, Hand and Lock embroidery cases. They check them out. They're awesome. If any of you are familiar with like Royal School of Needlework, they do a lot with them. Anyway, Bernadette Banner, she was doing this project with some of her colleagues, people she knows, reproducing a waistcoat panel. And it's beautiful, and it's a mix of machine and hand embroidery. So Hand and Lock, she did this with Hand and Lock as a collaboration. They put together a kit. It comes in this handy little tin, which just makes me happy. So they put together this kit to, which I'm excited to delve into, to allow people to, I'm just trying to see if there's a good picture of it. There's kind of not. To allow people, almost dropped everything, to allow people to do kind of like a portion of this work themselves. So they put, so basically this, and there's interfacing on the back. The kit has this, which is a machine embroidered panel. Hey kids, just keep it down for a little bit longer, okay? Machine embroidered panel that Hand and Lock put together. And Bernadette Banner, I'll try to link the particular video below. She's got this really great video on her channel that explains all of this. And it shows her going into Hand and Lock and them talking about putting this project together. And so then there's a booklet that explains what embroidery stitches to put where. So that's basically a project that's a mix of hand and machine embroidery. The machine embroidery is done for you. And then there's hand embroidery to put over it. But there's all these different materials in here I've never worked with, and I'm very excited about. There's different threads, anchor embroidery floss, needles, beeswax, anything that comes with beeswax. I'm basically a sucker for. It's not why I got it though. But all these things I've never used. Gold passing, all these special threads, pearl beads, gold spangles, kind of like sequins, pearl sequins. They're beautiful. Gold ruff. I'm very excited to do this. So basically you're taking this and then you're embellishing it or embroidering it further. And then you can sew this into a project, like into a little purse or pouch, or you can frame it, hang it on the wall. I'm tempted to hang it on the wall because it will look so good in here with our dark green walls. But I think it would really make a beautiful, like, little fancy purse or pouch too. So we'll see. Anyway, that's something that I'm really excited about. I think I do more shopping when I'm working so much because I don't have time to stitch, but then like at night I'm laying in bed and shopping happens. There was something else, wasn't there? Maybe not. Okay. So let me pull up the mirabilia that I'm talking about so you can see, because how are you going to help me pick a fabric if you don't know what design? I meant to bring the chart down. It's still upstairs. Also, can I just say, wow, I love her. She's the most recent one. It's called Pretty to Think So. It's just from a couple of days ago. I cannot wait to stitch that. I'm very glad I'm on auto ship. I really had the name wrong. Okay, the one I'm asking your help with is called Pretty in Pink. How did I forget that? I mean, to me, it looks like love letter something, so that's probably why I was thinking that, but also like, hello, Pretty in Pink, duh. Anyway, I'm very excited about this. I have gathered the floss. And so the greens are very like drab, right? They're not like greens. This is like 640, 3021. They're like more brown than green. I don't know, looking at the picture, I'm like, oh, green, but it's not really. 3032 is in there. It's funny though. So if any of you have not, and I'll try to link this below too. If any of you are Mirabilia fans and you have not watched Catherine, the Needleberry Stitcher's video of Nora doing her Q&A at the Queen City Stitch Retreat last year, go watch it. So they're like there's greenish tones, but they're not green. You got to go watch it. So one thing Nora talked about is about how sometimes putting what she calls a dead color next to the more vibrant colors can help really make those vibrant colors sing and really make them stand out. So when it's funny, it really affects, knowing that really affects how I look at her designs now. Right? So this design is all these vibrant pinks, and then there's kind of like this drab, like brownie thing going on. But if you, and I know, I'm not trying to be critical of anybody who does a conversion because the conversions are beautiful too. But now understanding why Nora didn't pick a bright green to go there, she picked the kind of like drab brownie green to help really draw attention to the pinks. That just makes so much sense to me now, and I totally get it. Okay. I don't know if I can reach stuff I wanna. All right, I gotta reorganize. Part of the problems I've got these framed pieces here. We're okay. Nothing to see here. Oh, I dropped a floss. And then I just moved you. I apologize. I didn't mean to. Okay. So if anybody is here and somehow doesn't know that I'm a fabric dyer, I am just surrounded by stuff. And this is like very precarious. And if I continue to move you, I apologize. That is not my intention. I also have tendonitis on my elbows that is really flaring up. It's kind of a problem. All right. I'm trying to think of the best way to do this. I need this huge bin of fabric. Without moving the camera. Let's see if I can do this. Okay. Whew. Way to go, mom muscles. Okay. Fabric. Okay, so for anyone who doesn't know, I run Oak Crown Studios, fabric dyeing company. That sounds like way grander than I feel like it is. But here is the 28 count linen that I have dyed to take to the Queen City Stitch Retreat. And my daughter is awesome. And she actually just put everything in color order for me because she's amazing. So I don't want to like entirely mess it up, right? I really don't know. Sorry for wiggling you. I really don't know what color I want to do this on. Some of these colors you won't have seen before. So this is going to be a new color called Flames. It's a red with a bit of an orange undertone. Definitely not for this though. Logan's Daffodils. Here's Lucky Chance, named after Lucky Chance Stitcher. This one's Seaweed. I don't know. I'm kind of at a loss. I don't know. I don't want a strong green for it. I don't feel like a strong green or a strong greenish blue is right. So those are going to be a no. I definitely do not want to stitch it on pink. I don't want to stitch it on pink. There's Fireside. Mushroom Stew. No. I promise I'm actually going to ask y'all's opinion. Spooky's pretty, but not for this. Stone's Throw, no. Metallurgy, no. Castle Walls, one of the retreat fabrics, but no. I'm always like a blue-green person. I don't know. Let's see what we can come up with. I've got a bunch of one of a kinds. This is Stitch and Shorty, named after a Instagrammer who should be a floss tuber. Oh, this is this month's fabric of the month, called Mana Potion, which to me is kind of the sort of fabric you could put anything and everything on. So the modeling is not as dramatic as it shows in the camera. It never is. It's slightly more blended than that. But I love this fabric immensely. It'll be on my website eventually. It's exclusive to the Fabric of the Month Club initially. But Mana Potion, I just want an excuse to put stitch on Mana Potion. It might actually work. It's got the purple tones in it. I don't know. It'd be a bit darker than I know what some people are planning on doing. That's a maybe. I'm gonna hold that out And yes, I'm being influenced by the fact that I just desperately want to stitch something on it. Berry cobbler. Berry cobbler would be an unorthodox choice. Oh, that might look really good. Oh, what do you guys think? Hi, Maddie. My daughter's walking through. That beats Mana Potion to me. All right, I'm gonna keep that one out for now. Okay, Nebula. It's kind of like a berry potion thing, but I think, or berry potion, berry cobbler, but I think too pink. Like I don't know that there's gonna be enough contrast. I think it would look good, but not like what I'm looking for. I might keep going back to this berry cobbler thing. I might really like that. All right, what else? Oh, some of these are secret and I can't show you. Fairy Moon. I think it's clear I'm going for like purples, right? Again, the modeling is not that kind of stark in real life. I think that also would look very good. But now that I've seen berry cobbler, I keep going back to that. All right. Fairy Moon's a maybe. Or sorry, yeah, Fairy Moon's a maybe. But, oh, here's more Mana Potion. Oh, it's so good. Lilac Festival, I think, is too much pink. I think that's too much. Oh, maybe not. I think it would look good, but I don't think it's what I want. If that makes sense. Lilac Festival. And then I've got a bunch of like strong pinks and oranges. There's another stack. And then there's blue. So I often go for like blues and greens. Oh, this is a new color I've just dyed. It's not up on the website yet. I'm going to start a new line all with the name Barely in them. So this one's Barely Blue. And I have a Barely Mint dyed in the other room. I'm not going to have, like, it's something I'll kind of add to over time. These are all going to be fabrics that have just a hint of color to them. Very subtle. Just kind of just not white, but kind of close. Like they're going to be very, very subtle, right? I actually stitched a Teresa Wensler on this. I'm very happy with how this turned out, and I'm going to slowly add more of these to the range, just FYI. But I'm not gonna use that for her. I was thinking I would probably end up with a blue. These are full yards of like a one-of-a-kind blue that I dyed that I'm not, it's a long story. That'd be great for shadowing. Like it would look fine on a blue. Something, I don't know, is that too much pink or purple altogether? Something about it is like really exciting me about that. I don't know if that's a bad idea though. Here's Mandala, which is something I dyed with chatelaines in mine. Can you hear the thunder? That's making me happy. Again, it would look good, but it's not making my heart sing. Legend is pretty. I love Legend. That would actually look really good. Something about it, it's like making that look even greener. Okay, I actually am really liking the idea of the Legend. It would pop a lot more off of that than it would off the Berry Cobbler. Like it would really pop. And something about the tones, it's a good fit. Oh, And there's my dog going. Okay. It's fine. Sorry, you got bonked. More mana potion. Riding the waves is too blue. Rain is coming. Again, like there's so many it would look fine on, but I'm looking for something that makes my heart sing. This is a really good piece of rain is coming. But okay. My favorites. God, I'm surrounded by stuff. My favorites are Legend, and Berry Cobbler. I think because these are so bright, I think it would stand out just fine on here, but give a more like monochromatic or blended look, and on here would be much more popping off of it. What do you guys think? Tell me below what you think. If you think I'm completely bonkers, let me know. Some people have had some really great ideas. I know some people are going to stitch it on needleberries. I have a whole bunch of that I need to dye, which is a beautiful fabric that I named after Catherine, Needleberry Stitcher. And it's going to look beautiful on there, but I intentionally want to pick something different. I want to pick something that rather than being more like light and subtle is more kind of mid-tone or vibrant for some variety. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you think, and I will probably pick one of those, but if there's something else you saw that you think is a better fit, let me know. I think that's it. Thanks for hanging out with me. If you made it this far, I really appreciate it. I hope you don't mind the like weird video, right? Like different style video than what I normally do. I hope you guys are enjoying the last days of summer. Good luck getting your kids off to school if you're in that kind of phase of life and you're dealing with those things. Let me know if you guys have any questions, and hopefully I'll be back here again soon. Bye.